Welcome back to Turner Field, which opened in 1997 amidst a $1 million promotion for any player who could hit a ball off the Coca-Cola bottle high above the roof in left field. Now, legend has it that Dodgers hitting coach Mark McGwire came the closest, landing a shot just below the cow's feet. Now, McGwire says you can watch batting practice. You don't know Yasiel Puig's in the plate by looking at the cage. You know it by the sound of the bat. By the way, based on my parabolic math, I say 460 feet from home plate out to the top of the roof, 80 feet in the air, 105 miles off the bat, optimum angle 45 degrees. You'd have to hit a ball about 555 feet to hit this bottle. Guys, I think I'm safe.
Thanks, Professor. You lost me at math. Here's Adrian Gonzalez, who swings and misses at the first offering from Chris Medlin. Medlin struck out the side in the first. Gonzalez appearing in the postseason for the first time since 2006. Had so many good years with the San Diego Padres and able to hit to all fields. You almost forget that that's not where he began his career. Broke in with the Texas Rangers back in 2004. Hit that ball well, and it's tailing just a bit, but Jason Hayward hauls it in for the first out.
Well, Kershaw's got 4 starts against Atlanta. He's never beaten them. His ERA's good, 2.45. But I think what it tells you more about what's inside Chris Medlin. He's a guy that probably been told his whole life, you know, shortstop in JUCO, that he could never pitch in the major leagues because he's only 5'10" tall. So you have to have that kind of confidence, and he does.
All right, here he is, Yasiel Puig. And what a splash. He has meant so much to this team from an energy standpoint and a production standpoint. But his love of the game and the all-out way he plays was really infectious on this team at a time when they needed it, when they were struggling in June.
There's been a lot of players in the past that had that sort of effect. You know, I started to think of Kirby Puckett, you know, right off the top of my head, smiling all the time, running out every ball, you know, trying to take that extra base. He plays with reckless abandon, and that sometimes is a problem. You want to kind of pull him back just a little bit, but the type of player he is, you also want to let him go. So it's a tough task for Donnie Mattingly.
That's a ground ball up the middle for a single, and you have got to be aware, and Jason Hayward was. He charged hard in center field to keep Puig to a single.
Well, that's the thing about Yasiel Puig, is that they're playing him to pull. It's a simple ground ball up the middle, but almost on any game, on any given day, Hayward kind of Cadillacs in and gets that ball, but he cannot with Puig running.
First base runner of the game. And it's the guy that Don Mattingly referred to in spring training as a wild horse. And they have spent the better part of the season trying to rein him in at least a touch, because he's been known to run through a few stop signs, try to take the extra base when it was ill-advised. But he does so many good things for your team, too. It's almost the trade-off that you take.
Mattingly now the horse whisperer.
I think the base running doesn't bother Don as much, because there is a philosophy that says let's put pressure on the defense. And he certainly does put pressure. And what bothers him is missing the cutoff and throwing the ball really high and letting the back runner get into scoring position.
Uribe takes a strike.
Signs by Mattingly. Medlin, one of the best right-handers in the game and keeping runners close. He has an outstanding move to first, very quick feet. There's Tim Wallach, third base coach.
Puig has stolen 11 bags as Medlin throws over. He's been caught 8 times. And he's got one of the best in the business to learn from in Davey Lopes, the first base coach of the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think he's the best in the business. He sees things, small little subtle things that a pitcher does, the tip that he's going to throw either to first base or to throw to home. He always could read pitchers, and he can teach that. So, yes, Yasiel is obviously still in the learning phase. He's a big man, but he's a fast guy, too. He's going to steal some bases.
Again, he throws over. Again, Puig scampers back.
those are the little intricacies of the game, though. He's going back not on his belly. I mean, you don't want that play to be close, and he's making it close.
To the plate with the 1-1, and Medlin ahead, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, when you have a guy with a good move, sometimes you set him up by not taking a big lead. Kind of lull him into a feeling that I'm not going to run. You're so good at the move. You've taken the running game away from me, and then maybe you get a walking lead and take off.
You're right about Medlin too, Cal. He's got a quick little move over there, and those plays have been close.
Yeah, but no signs of really running.
Well hit, base hit. Puig around second, and he's motoring to third, and he'll be in without a throw.
Difference maker. We're talking about a handful of guys in all of the major leagues that go first to third on that ball.
Unbelievable. Watching it, he hesitates to think that the line drive might be caught. So many times you say, I got no chance to go to third. But he made up the distance, and they cut the bag really well at second base.
And fewer than a handful go first to third without a throw from center field.
That was impressive.
Now here's Skip Schumacher. Runners at the corners with 1 out here in the second. In the air to center field. Hayward positions himself. Puig with the tag. Throw to the plate. Will be offline, and the Dodgers lead it 1-0.
There are times when you shouldn't make that throw. And early in the ball game right here, you can't let Uribe get to second base.
That's Uribe at second. And here's A.J. Ellis, the Dodger catcher. So Medlin struck out the side in the first. Got the leadoff hitter Gonzalez here in the second. And back-to-back singles by Puig and Uribe, and a sacrifice fly by Schumacher. And the Dodgers on the board. Ellis takes a strike, 1-1. You always wonder how big that first run is in a game. And you think about it even more when you've got Clayton Kershaw, who was given that run here early in the game. A little tight. It's Hunter Wendelstedt behind the plate. Marvin Hudson, the umpire, at first. John Hirschbeck at second. Bill Miller at third. And down the lines, Tim Welke in left and Laz Diaz in right. Breaking pitch and a beauty. 2-2.
You see a lot of times in the National League during the summer that an 8th place hitter is walked to face the pitcher. You can't do that with Kershaw. He's got 10 RBIs this year, the most of any pitcher in the National League. So you have to go after Ellis.
Medlin trying to limit the damage here in the second. Ellis to left. Gaddis with a long run, and he cannot make the play. That ball will roll toward the wall. And Ellis at second with a double. And the Dodgers lead it 2-0.
Toughest part of the game, Cal, is try to hide people defensively anytime, but especially in the postseason. You want Gaddis' bat in the lineup, but he doesn't have the speed to get to this baseball. I should take that back. He did get there. He just missed it.
Double and an RBI for A.J. Ellis, the number 8 hitter. And it's 2-0, and here's Kershaw, who can handle the bat.
It's a tribute to Evan that he can go out there and play. He's a catcher.
Tapper to first by Kershaw, who does not care. He's got a 2-run lead to work with as he heads to the bottom half of the second.